What's up, everybody? We're back with another episode. Let's relax. We got Get Glam by Alice on the.
Oh, welcome. Make sure you guys welcome her right now.
Oh,
Hit
yeah.
the switch. Come on
Yeah.
now.
Uh-oh. Yeah, we got buttons now, so turn up. We're valid. We got equipment. We're certified. So,
Yeah, we're certified potty.
We are certified.
Waddies.
potty waddies.
Potty waddies, too hottie, or thotties?
Potty waddy, two hotties,
Two
and
hotties.
we're thotties. Yeah.
I need to hold my laugh in.
Okay,
because
yeah.
Everything you guys be saying.
She's got to be in character now, guys. Now.
Put on the glasses,
I'm a good
Alice.
person.
Yes, that's the whole podcast. Thank you. Let's wrap it up.
I am a good person.
She's a good person, everybody.
From 2019 to 2023.
Yes,
I made
yes,
it.
yes. She has a story for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, she's a hustler just like us. So that's why we thought it was necessary to have the infamous Get Glam by Alice. She just starred on a magazine. Let's hear a little bit about that.
Tell us about that.
Okay, so the magazine is for Hawai'i Wedding Style Magazine. I did a wedding show for them, I want to say like last year in October, and they asked me to come back for a photo shoot. And what's crazy about that is they asked me the week of, but I had no idea that it was going to be on a cover or anything. I'm like, okay, we're just shooting, I'm doing makeup. The traffic was really bad that day. I was in traffic for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to get there? They're going to hate me. I was supposed to be there like super early. I did makeup in 30 minutes. We did the shoot. Everything went great. And then they were just like, okay, it's going to be on the cover.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really like even prepared for it or anything. But I feel like my mindset is, you know, when you have a good opportunity, like just take it.
Yeah.
So I'm super grateful for that. It's
That's
been a
dope.
crazy ride. It's only been, I made a year in January. So I'm pretty proud of myself that was actually my 5-year goal, that I made it in a year. So
Yeah.
it's
Wow.
been really good.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that Hawaii traffic is always unpredictable. We all know
Yes.
that. Yeah.
It was
that's
really
the worst. That's the worst.
Well,
Yeah.
that's dope that you take every opportunity, and every time you go into these places, you're like going at like 110%. So, you know, like if you just dicked around and be like, well, I'm gonna be late, haha, I'm just gonna set up my shit and then just do like not say like a rush job. I mean, you were crunched for time, but you
Yeah.
still brought everything out. You still did your whole thing, gave the customer the full service, and then, you know, boom, like if she just told you it was gonna be on the cover, you'd have been like, shit. And you know, it's kind of dope it happened that way, because maybe if she told you it was on the cover, maybe you would have been 10 times more nervous, or maybe you wouldn't even
Exactly.
showed up because you were so
Yeah.
freaked
Yeah.
out. You know
Or
what I mean?
even
Sometimes.
the if you think about it, it's a good problem to have. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, I've come so far to be in this position to, you know what I mean? So like that day was solely directed towards you from the growth, you know, that you've made in a span of. I mean, it's your career has been pretty early, right?
Pretty like fast paced. And for
Yeah.
me, I'm all about, you know, if I can do it, I'm gonna do it. I'm not one of those people who are like, oh, like I'm too good for that, or you're not paying me this much, you're not paying that much. Because honestly, like, not doing like free work, but just knowing like when is a good time to, you know, do that job. Like if it's something that you do for free, because I've done plenty of things for free for
We all have, you know?
yeah, like one of
we
like
all have, you know?
yeah, one of my really good friends now, like I asked her like, can I clean your brushes for free, like just to assist you, like when I first started, so I could learn.
Yeah.
For me, I have no problem doing that if I know that it's gonna help me to get better.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't even about the money. Right now it's still not even about the money. It's just like, if I'm gonna learn and, you know, I know it's gonna get me to where I need to be, I'm gonna do it. So
Yeah.
I'm not too bougie to get my hands dirty or do what I need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You handle it. That's I'm the same way. It's like, I don't care. I've done many things for free my whole career. Until this day, I still do things for free. And people were like, what? And I was like, yeah, like I just, you know, it's like a help me help you type of thing. And it's like, if I can do, like you say, if you can do the job, then why not do it? Like, you know what I mean? 110%, you know.
And it'll get you more like paid gigs later, because people are going to be like, oh my God, like I want to book with them, or they did this, they did that. Because a lot of clients, it's like they want to watch like where your status is, you know, and they want to know that your, you know, your work is out there. Kind of thing. Because I remember when I first started, it's like no one wanted to book me. I didn't really know how to post content. My videos, I had bad lighting, so I could understand. It's like, why no one wanted to book me or anything. But I'm like super grateful now for everyone now who sees like, you know, my growth and what I'm doing. It's like if I have my mind set on something, I'm gonna get it done.
Yeah, but a hustler's mindset is very rewarding too.
Yeah.
You know, so like, don't just think it's just, you know, like I feel like you're being very humble, which is amazing. But like even like we're very young entrepreneurs, all of us, and like just seeing like how you're bringing like little moments of your early on experiences as far as makeup, cleaning the brushes and things like that. I think that's amazing to see that you could take it serious and understand that if I apply myself to a certain
Like task or job.
yeah, you know what I mean, like just fully apply yourself to one thing. You know, as a hustler, I feel like you could adapt and overcome different adversities, you know what I mean, and take it into consideration, like, you know what, I'm cut from a different cloth. Like, I don't know if you've heard that expression before, but like hearing that, like, wow, I really take that into consideration, because if you can take something from nothing and turn it into something, you know what I mean, that's a real
It's a
grinder.
beauty in the struggle.
It's a beauty in the struggle, the
That's
journey.
my
I've
favorite
done
part.
a lot of things in my life, guys, that I
Yeah.
had no idea about. But it's just like I did my research. I did what I had to do, you know, to make it at that time. I had different phases in my life. Like, this is what I got to do to pay my rent, you know, to do this, to do that. But it's just like if I'm going to do something, like, I have no problem with doing what, by any means, what I have to
Yeah.
do. I mean, it's
Yeah.
hard
Yeah.
out there.
It
Like,
is.
you know.
It's-
Yeah,
It is.
100. That
Yeah.
is, we understand
That's game.
completely.
Like, I'll
yeah.
never forget where I
Us
came
beats.
from. And I know
Yeah.
some people, you know, like, they think, like, they see me sometimes and they're like, you know, bring up the past and all that kind of stuff. But it's just like, I'm not hiding who I was before or what I did before. I am presenting myself in a different way. But I'll have no problem with telling you, like, when I only had a couch in my house, when I only had a bed, but it's like, but I paid my rent, like I went to work and I did what I had to do, and like this is my life now. But I'll never like, you know, put myself on a pedestal and be like, okay, like this is me now, but I was never in the trenches. I never did this. I never did that. Like it's, I did a lot of things.
Yeah, you're very transparent. I mean, that's how you gotta be, I think, nowadays, because people just see certain things online. They just see like the highlights. You know what I mean? They don't see anything else, the work that went into it, or how they got this, or you know what I mean. And some people don't like to tell that part of the story, but I feel like that's the best part of the story. That's where you learned everything. And then when you tell people it or you explain that to them, you know, there's so much people that can relate to that, you know. And I feel like we're all pretty transparent on our social medias of like kind of like what we go through, you know what I mean, or stuff like that. I don't think we've ever really hit it, you know what I mean. But
yeah, and it's cool to have an opportunity to share with our viewers, you know, like as far as a podcast. Like, and I know everyone has their own reasons as far as why they have podcasts, but it's cool that we could have a neutral ground to share with our viewers, like quick little update, little recap, you know, of what we've experienced, and you know, like just so I could tell. Exactly
and it's even like just doing this podcast alone, it's like people could have been following you on Instagram for 8 to 10 years. You know what I mean? They've seen your whole story when you were graduating high school. Then you went to here.
Sorry about that.
And then, you know, and I love those. Those are like the loyal ones, you know, when they hit you in the DM and be like, I remember when you had your shop in Wahiawa.
That just happened to me too. Oh
you know,
my
gosh.
gosh.
Like, damn, like you was tracking me this whole time, and you was like supporting me, you know what I mean? And they always show love, and it's crazy in the comments, or like even in the DM, you're just like, what? And then I look back and I'm like, oh, the last time this person DM'd me, maybe it was in like 2016, 17, and 5 years later, they're DMing you again, like, congratulations. I'm like, oh shit.
I'm
like,
so grateful for those people though.
Yeah.
They're
That's
like
so
non-judgmental, you know. You could have went through like the worst time of your life, but you know, because people will unfollow you for like the craziest things. Like for me, I'm just like, I wonder what made like, you know, this.
What was the last straw?
Yeah, like what was the last straw for you? Like what made you wake up and be like, you know what,
You're
like
toxic ass.
unfollow, you know, like at least put me on mute. Like why you gotta do me like that? No, but it's just so funny.
I be muting. That's my favorite. I don't know if y'all know about Instagram mute. Do you guys know about that?
Oh,
I'm
we
a
know.
blocker.
You know about that?
You're a blocker?
I'm a send and block in the same
I'm a
second.
muter.
Oh yeah, I'm a muter. I just mute everybody's shit.
There be some people that you really
I
just
block
can't
too, but
unfollow.
yeah. Yeah.
Like just for like family reasons.
Yeah,
Like
you'll
they're
never
like
hear the end
in
of
the
it.
family. Oh, you would
Yeah,
not. But we're
yeah.
that's for another day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm grateful for those people who, like, you know, they randomly reach out to you and they don't really even know you in real life. And they're just like, I'm so proud of you. Like, you did so good. And I'm just like, wow, you really seen me through, like, you know, the worst of the worst. I probably posted about my life probably more than I should have, like, back then. But now I'm kind of just like, you know, like, I'll post when I can. I know that, like, not everything needs to be out there.
Yeah.
I used to be one of those people that's like, every little thing. Like, I'm going to the mall. Like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do
Amen. You
that.
said that.
You know what
Amen.
I mean?
I
Like,
was the same way.
I used to be like
Everything
that.
I do.
I'm
A
just
whole
like,
ass vlog.
I
before
look at
vlogging
all
was
my
even a thing.
archives.
I'm gonna just stay on live from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now that you think about it, you're just like, not everyone has to know anything, because honestly, even if they do see everything and they know of what you're doing, it's like they're still gonna have their judgment about you.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even matter. I feel like back then we're so young, we think that we need to like have validation from everybody. But now I'm just like,
we grow up in a weird era too, especially with social media platforms. You know, I feel like a lot of validation is always, I mean, with everything now, I feel like a lot of validation is status, you know, so we base our status, our success off of our status, you know, so it's cool to see, like, once we grow up and mature and we realize the game, you know what I mean, we see how it's played, that, oh, okay, now we can capitalize on it and actually be our true selves and stop trying to pursue this position in our amongst our group of friends or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Like we can kind of decipher all the little things and be like, you know what, living is being my best version of me, not being my best version for you in your eyes, you know. So I feel like that was a big wake up call, and I feel like my wake up call was with my baby, you know. So like my boy, I tell everyone, like, he's raising me. Like I try to be the best dad I can for him and show him everything, show him my life and like what he could potentially be doing when he's older. And
they're so resilient and like forgiving though.
Like, they're non-judgmental, you know. And it's like, as long as you are going, you know what you want, you know what being a good person for you means, you know, and you're working towards that and just building towards that. I feel like it's very rewarding. And then I feel like we're in the point in our lives that's the rewarding part of it, you know. Like we've done our wrongdoings, we've done our, you know, good things as well, and we're kind of in a state where you know what, we've matured, and like now we're reaping our manifestation. We're living our true dream, you know what I mean? Like, even though it's not where we want to be, but I feel like that's our instinct to push us to do better, you know. Like, we're not where we're at now because we know we can achieve more. I feel like we'll always feel that because in our hearts, like, you know what I mean, we're not done yet. We're not content, because content means I'm done. I'm done when my timer goes out.
We're never content. We're content for maybe 1 or 2 days,
a real
and then they better
hustler's
snap
mindset.
the fuck back out of it and get to it. Like, you know what I mean?
You could be the best, and you're still like, other people see you as the best, but you're still like, no, like, I did really bad at that. Like, I need to do better. You know what I mean? If you don't think like that, though, then I don't think it's really going to get you that far. Because,
like a blessing and a curse.
Yeah. Like, once you win, you shouldn't think, like, okay, like, I won this or I did that, so, like, I'm done now. Because it'll be on to the next. If you're not on to your next move, then somebody else is going to get ahead of that.
And I tell people, you never really make it. It's just checkpoints, you know. There's no finish line. It's a marathon, you know. It's like it never stops, you know.
Never stops. Pace yourself.
Next week it's gonna be somebody else, so just gotta that's what I always
but
remember.
This week it's us.
This week it's Get Glammed by Alice.
But this week it's me.
It's our week, guys. Sorry, we got the spotlight for sure.
We've been going in on it. I hope you guys are still tuned in with us, but thank you guys for watching.
Of course.
We're not leaving yet, but I think we're gonna take a commercial break pretty soon.
Commercial break?
I think so. I think it's about that time.
Okay, we will be right back. Yes.
Stay tuned.
What's up, everybody? We are at Ka'eo Studio, located in Waipahu. Ka'eo Studio is named after his 3 sons, Caden being the oldest, Keen being the youngest, and Cohen being the middle child. We are over here. This is the studio that we're in. It's a very beautiful studio, very versatile as well. What's your guys' first impression on the studio?
State of the art equipment. How do we sound? I know we sound really,
Test,
really good.
test. How do the buttons sound? How do the
Yeah.
buttons? Oh wait, no, they're not working. Oh, it's off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
oh,
we're
oh.
still learning. But
Dun,
look,
dun,
our-
dun.
our-
That's my button.
Our equipment is the equipment is super super dope. As you can hear, the
As you can
sound sounds-
see.
as you can see. Look at the ambiance
From
you
the
know?
buttons that just worked. Did you
Yeah.
hear it? Yeah.
So yes, it's a beautiful place. Make sure you guys come check them out. They are located in Waipahu on the second floor. They do karaoke parties. They
Yes.
have podcast rooms. They have a full blown studio.
They have
Yeah,
a makeup
full-blown
room,
studio.
a makeup
They have-
studio,
yes, they have a makeup room.
photography
you
and
know,
recording.
Photography and recording.
Yep, and
Yes.
karaoke.
Very versatile, and they are fairly new. They've only been established for about 2 months. The owner, Ellie, he has been very humble and nice and generous enough to have invited us over here to his studio. He has fabricated and finished everything that you see here.
Yes, it's-
Very skillful CEO and very ambitious and very versatile. So come check out Ka'eo Studios for all your needs and to come party with us. They'll be having a grand opening, I believe, the 25th.
yes.
Please pay attention to our stories to make sure of the details. It's all still up in the air, but yeah, we are here located and ready to mingle. So shout out to
Mhm.
Ka'eo Studio.
Thank you guys so much, KO Studios, for having us. We're actually
Yes.
the first podcast, so it's
First,
super dope.
yeah,
Oh, really?
Yeah,
originales.
first. So you got to be the first, Alice.
Yeah,
See,
first
the
guest.
You get the
It's
first
Not the
guest.
Leo and me
You
coming
know, and
out.
first in our, the studio here. Wow, yeah. See,
Yeah.
you just won.
Got the host set up. I'm always winning,
Yeah.
honey.
Yes, check them out on Instagram. The ad will be right here.
Yes.
Thank you guys again for viewing.
Boom.
Boom.
That was perfect.
Welcome back,
It be that
everybody.
healthy hair, that has the
Let's go.
headphones sticking
Yeah,
out.
welcome.
Healthy hair.
Welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed their commercial break. I hope you guys went to grab another snack or something because I
Yes,
hope you're
or a
munching.
blunt, whatever.
Because I can't have a snack.
Yeah,
so.
we can have snacks. So I hope
We're
you
on
guys are
that
snacking
Built
for
by
us.
Blaze meal
Can't
plan.
relate. Sorry.
Shout out to Blaze.
Freaking
Oh, yeah.
Gucci.
I'm starving.
Yeah,
by the
Blaze.
way.
Blaze is starving them.
Yeah.
My
he's
next
gonna,
bill
he's
is
gonna
at
be
8.
on next was at 8.
Yeah.
He's gonna be on a podcast too, but we just don't know what number yet. But he's
Mhm.
definitely gonna be in there because we gotta get him with a nutritionist.
Yeah, our guest
Yeah.
list
Keep
is
you
definitely
busy.
filling up for sure.
Yeah, we definitely have
Yes.
some cool special guests.
Thank you guys
But-
for having me as guest
Oh,
number
of
2.
course.
After
Yeah.
Dominic, I'm
Yeah.
so honored.
Yeah, actually, actually, you're the first
The
guest.
first one,
You're
yeah.
the first guest, but with the second episode.
Second episode, first guest.
guest.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Wow.
Yes.
So you gotta set the bar high, Alice.
Oh, it's already been high.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I set the bar high for myself, so.
we love it. What are the future plans that you have in store for us? Let's leak a little information.
So for 2023, I have a lot of proms, and last year when I first started, I only had one prom booking. So to have, a lot of people this year, that I'm trying to like move around or I have to refer them, I'm super, super grateful because it just feels like full circle. Like last year, oh my God, I only had one client. What?
Yeah. Look at I hope you guys seen that. Look at my compadre is calling me. I didn't know how to. I guess I'm supposed to phone on Do Not Disturb. So Alfred,
You're
out to Alf,
fucking
shout out to
fired.
Al's Auto Detailing for calling me
Not
right now. Make sure
Al's
you guys-
auto detailing it,
make
not
sure-
even dad, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking up.
Make sure you guys go ahead and check him out on Instagram if you need your car
I was
washed
like,
and
what
detailed.
did I do? Like,
Yeah.
why is everybody stopping?
Why is everyone laughing at me?
I know,
I
that's
know.
crazy. Okay, hold on. Somebody can. My phone is back here somewhere. Can somebody put it on? What is it?
Yes, we got
Do not
technical
disturb?
difficulties.
Is it would be on Do Not Disturb or something like that?
We will come back as soon as we
And
figure
this
it
is
out.
One
not.
sec. Yeah.
This was not scripted.
Yeah.
Yes, it was not.
Are we starting over,
Just put
or
on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah.
you ruined my whole
We're gonna
story?
revamp. We're gonna restart.
Hang
Ready?
on. Yeah, restart.
Okay.
Welcome
Okay,
back.
there, it's on airplane mode.
Okay.
Yes, we have fixed the problem. Oh no! Oh shit!
Did you guys see
Don't-
the
don't
Why do you
show-
have him under
don't show
Al's
too
auto
much.
detailing?
Because that's his that is his work. That's his shop number. And I
I'm
have
like
his other
so
cell
dead. It's
phone.
like not even a dad. Yeah. Like
No, that's my. That's my
Yeah.
goddaughter's
Hey, shout out
dad.
though for all your
no,
all
don't
your-
answer.
detailing
Answer
needs.
it, And then
Oh yeah,
put on
answer and
FaceTime.
just show.
What's the Al's Auto Detailing?
Al's Auto Detailing.
Al's
yes.
Auto Detailing,
I think-
located on Oahu. Shout out to Al's.
Auto Detailing.
Auto
Thanks
Detailing.
for giving us a call.
Yes.
And
Thanks
now we
for
know-
showing us who you really are. That you don't even save your dad on your dad. Just
Yeah.
saying.
That is
FYI.
no.
I'm
Some
just,
padre.
I was like, yo, that's yeah.
I'm
I was
just
like,
messing with
no,
you.
No, yeah, my dad. Yeah,
I don't know why I thought that was so funny.
yeah, it's super funny. He just
Uh-oh.
got free. He just got free promo right now.
Yeah, he
I
got
love it.
free
He got
promo.
free promo
I
right
guess-
now.
Oh, you hung up on the FaceTime?
Oh yeah, she said
We had-
tell her call me after.
We had Faith Yana on the FaceTime. Shout out
Oh,
to
shit.
Faith.
Shout out
Yeah.
to Faith the XO Makeup. I fucking
Yes,
love you.
shout out to Faith. We see your work, girl.
Okay, now we're back. No, we're on airplane mode. We are good.
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's relax. We are back. Okay, prom. So we was talking about prom before.
Yes. So last year when I first started, I only had, one prom booking. So I feel like this year has came really full circle. I'm thankful to all my clients who have booked me. I think this year was the first time I felt really overwhelmed. Like I'm super grateful, but it's like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? Like I'm a mom. I have a 3-year-old. I have a 1-year-old. But this year I'm really trying to balance everything.
Yeah.
So for me, that's a big plan. It's just learning how to, say no when it's not worth it. Take care of yourself, take care of your family. And that's my goal for this year, is to make sure I'm taking care of me, I'm taking care of my family, and, hustling at the same time, but knowing that it's okay to not work sometimes. I'm
No,
really,
it's not.
yeah, like
It's not okay.
I'm really hard on myself, and I'm like, if I'm not working every single day, like, oh my gosh, what am I doing with my life? Like, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. But actually, I feel really great, like, if I feel like, I need to spend more time with my kids, like, I have the, like, the luxury to make my own schedule. So I'm going to do that. If I need to spend time with my kids, I know I need to do that. I started, like, working out again. I used to be super fit. If you knew me in 2019 to 2021, like, I was it back then.
Yeah.
Let's get a little
Bring it
clip
back.
inserted right there.
Yeah, look,
That's the photo,
insert
y'all.
photo, like right there.
Right there. 2019, snatched by
Damn,
Alice.
that was Alice baby.
And I lost
Snatched by
myself
Alice.
at that time, but now I know that's something that I want to do again, is like pursue that. So it's all about like, self-care, managing a business, balancing everything with my kids, my family. I'm so grateful to all the clients that I have. I never thought that after 1 year, this is like where I would be now. But I'm taking it all in. I'm being grateful for everything that I have, all the clients. I've built my kit. I've invested a lot of money. But now I know, I worked hard. I know what my worth is. And, I know that you're not going to be everyone's person. But it's like I have the people for me. So,
Yes.
And everybody's not your client, and that's okay.
yeah, for
I tell people
sure.
all the
I
time.
mean, I have people who, like, I may have not thought I did the best job on them. But they're like, oh, my gosh, like, thank you so much. But it's just me being hard on myself. And I feel like if I'm not hard on myself, that's when I know I've given up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
When you're content with whatever, that's when you should be alarmed. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
like even the magazine, I can look at it and be like, I should have done that better. But that's just me as a person. So I'm just trying to learn more.
That trait is good and bad. It gives and goes, so.
It's a curse for sure.
Yeah.
Blessing and
Yeah.
a curse,
Gosh.
for sure.
You're never full. That's the
Mhm.
worst. It's just,
Yeah.
you're never full. It's
So as
Can
long as
always
I'm
be
taking
doing
care of myself this year, like that's my main goal, taking care of my family, and putting, work at a certain level, but still being able to, control everything else that I have.
Do you ever feel like you've like watered too much people, like, and like it drained you? Do you ever feel like you've done a lot of work for people, like, not saying that maybe like a
Wow, I love this
client or
question.
like, like other people in your life, like your, it could be like a sibling or a relative or a friend, like you just poured a lot into it and just like, it's just draining you. And then you finally kind of like take a step back from that person and like you really look at yourself and reflect and be like, damn, this fool was draining me the whole time, or this person, or,
Wow,
ever
that's a
felt that?
really that's
That's
a
a
really
good
good question. But
Yeah.
sometimes you won't even notice it. I've done it, numerous times with multiple different people,
Yeah.
And you don't realize because you're always like on the go, right? And you always want to do this, and this, and you have you have a standard for yourself, and then finally, like when you kind of sit back and you look at it, you're like, damn, I'm doing too much. Like it's
Yeah.
not coming back. Like I'm not saying it has to come back immediately, like, you know what I mean? But it's like it's more draining you than it is rewarding.
Like you realize it later.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't felt that, with family. I feel like there's really not too much that you can give, and it's all about your own boundaries kind of thing. But when I first started, I did have someone, like reach out to me, and they're like, yeah, like you want to come work for me? Like there's so many like amazing makeup companies on the island kind of thing. But there was like a particular one that I first started working for, and I'm new. Like I don't know like what's going on, what I'm supposed to do. So every single thing that they told me to do, I was like, I'm going to jump. I'm going to do it. Mind you, like I live all the way in Wailua. These things are all the way in Waikiki, but I had no idea about, people paying for your time and whatnot. Yeah. And there did come a point where I felt like I was being taken advantage of, but not until like a year after did I realize like, wow, these people really don't care about you.
You know, charge it to the game at that point, huh?
Yeah, like, you think that they're your friend, like they want the best for you. And I understand that everybody has to make money. When you have your own business, it's like you have your workers or your employees or whatever, and you have to pay them. But there just really came a point where I was like, no, like I'm not doing this. Like I know that you're sending me out there to do all this work just so that you can take the credit, but for me that just wasn't for me, because I've worked for amazing makeup companies where like they put you to a certain standard, but because they treat you that way,
except they build that platform,
right? And they treat you that way, they treat you with respect, like they pay you for like as much as they can pay you, you know what I mean, like of how much, not how much you're worth, but they raise their own prices so they can pay their workers like really good. But there was just this one person
after ripple effect, it's like a negative ripple effect that you're feeling because you're outgrowing certain people and certain people who are trying to just classify you like this is where you are in my head.
In the box.
Like stay in that box and that's it. So that's kind of what really hurt me, because I would talk to her, like outside of work and everything, thinking that we're friends, but not knowing that there's like something in the back of their mind like, no, you can't be better than me, you can't do better than what you're doing right now, or like you have this because of me. And for me it's like, yes, you did give me an opportunity, you got me out there, into the wedding world, probably something that I never would have thought I could have done, but like you're not here, you were not doing the work for me. I had to show up, I had to do that for myself. I invested the money, I bought all of that. You did not. Nothing is a handout in life, and that's what people need to understand.
For everything.
Like you need to put in the work for what you want, and I'm thankful that I have put in that work and I was able to realize that. And now it's just like, it's okay if you don't want to say congratulations to me, like that's fine, like I don't need you to say that, but I'm happy for myself. But it's just like, I see you, I know you're not happy for me, and I know you do not care. So just know, like, we're not friends, and I will not talk to you on another level than a business level. And if you ask me to do something now where I'm smart enough to see that you're taking advantage of me, it's gonna be a no. So
and it's okay to say no. I'm learning that also. I'm always a yes person, and I'm learning to say no, and I'm learning to say no for myself, to myself too. Because I'm always yes, right? I was like, if I can do something, like I know I can do it.
I even asked her, I'm like, Dominic, it's okay to tell me no. Like if this is not fine.
Alice, fuck no. No,
I know,
but I'm a yes.
No, Alice, no.
I'm always a yes person because you always hear the word no growing up, right? So it's like now, you establish yourself, you're your own business, you're your own brand. Now you can afford things that, maybe you couldn't afford before, or just like the luxury of doing whatever you want, like say make your own schedule and all that stuff. So it's like, I don't like the word no, and I still don't like the word no, but I'm learning to tell myself no. You know what I mean?
But like, you can do it in other ways too. Like if you can't do something, like for me, it's like if I can't take somebody, I'll be like, would you like a referral? Do you want me to refer you to somebody? Because honestly, if I can't give my best work to you, like I know I'm burnt out, I know that I'm tired or overwhelmed, or I'm super booked, like I'm not gonna book you because I know I'm not gonna be able to give you my best. Like it's not worth that money to put my work out there.
And that's super understandable, and that's super genuine, because most person would say yes because they want the dollar, like they're just chasing the money. And I'm like, you're gonna be chasing it forever, it's never gonna stop. Like you keep doing that, you can want money, you're gonna be chasing it for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? But being that you're like, hey, I don't mind putting this bag to somebody else, you know what I mean, that can do a good job, you know what I mean, and maybe you gave that person an opportunity, like, you know what I mean, they're like, wow, she actually referred to me, like, yeah, like it's no hate. Like, it's free game. You know what I mean? I'm
Because
like,
people have done that for me,
Yeah.
when I literally did not know what I was doing. People have put me in positions that like I never thought I would be in, and I didn't know how to do it, but I still was like, but I'm gonna learn it. I never did tell somebody I've never done that before. It's like, okay, this is what you want. Like, I'm gonna learn it. I'm gonna YouTube it, practice, whatever. But that's just how I learned. That's the best way to learn.
It's the only way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just know how, like, people have treated me, so I never want to treat anyone else like that. You know what I mean? It's like, I know how hard it can be out there. And, people look at makeup artists and they think that it's very glamorous and that it's just, you're just showing up to work and you're just doing makeup, but it's a lot of behind the scenes things. Like, people have kids.
There's a lot of stuff leading up to just that.
Yeah, like, people have kids, they have families, like, they have, sanitization, everything, and that can take hours to do. They're not just putting all their makeup in a bag and they're just like, hey, I'm here. But it's like, if a client can,
or even the craft in itself, the process of how to
exactly, it's
complete
not done
that.
in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes, it can be done in 30 minutes if you really, really needed to do it, like something had happened, like an accident or whatever. But I feel like now I know my clients, it's just like, I tell them straight up, it's an hour and a half, and that's the time that I need to do what I do best. I know other people can do it, shorter than me or whatever, but it's like, if you don't like that, then I'm not the person for you. But it's just like, it's better to be transparent than, like straight up lying, being like, yeah, I'm going to do it in 30 minutes kind of thing. Everyone's different at a different level.
Yeah, and it's better to, under promise and over deliver. You know what I mean? That's another thing too, is just, show up and, like, do the job, and, don't try to like oversell yourself too. Like, you know what I mean? That's dope. Like I said, like, you walk in the place as yourself. You know what I mean? And I feel like people can recognize that and they should appreciate that, because, like I said, a lot of people don't do that. They put on this facade, or they're doing all this stuff, and it's like they're just doing it for the dollar. Like, there's no passion there, and you can tell when someone is not passionate with their work. That goes for anything. You can tell, and people act like, oh, you don't notice. Like, no, we can notice.
I always feel like if you're going to go out to certain public places and you're being served and you're being, pampered, you need to be also factor in. You need to also be able to factor in a tip, just because, like, that just comes with the ropes, because some people, like, that's what they need. Like, they might be a single mother, running a household, trying to make ends meet, and they might have a long day, or they may be a rock star, but you don't know that $20, $30, $40 tip might make or break their light bill or something. So I've always been like, you know what, if I can't go outside and give a proper tip. Thank you for the service, like, thank you for cooking me a meal. And I feel like a lot of people these days don't take into consideration being fed, you know what I mean? Like, having a meal, a proper meal. Like, you should be grateful for that. Like, there is some places in the world, or I know we all know those conversations, but like, to genuinely, like, me coming from a creator standpoint, and I only say that because once I've reached a certain amount of followers and engagement, I was bombarded with information and people's perspective on the world, and they're like, hey, read into this. Like, what's your view on this? And being bombarded with things like that, it's like, wow, like, there is a whole different can of beans you got to open that's out there that we have never even like touched, So it's like, okay, if I'm going to experience this life and understand that there is different people's different situations and people that don't have it, the same as me, I need to give myself 100% in this life, in this life marathon, like we were talking about earlier, and do it the right way, and a big part of it is my son. Like, a big part of it is, like, when I did the whole party life and young bachelor, whatever, like, turn up, you feel me? And I'm just realizing, like, none of that matters, because if I go today, who's got my boy? And that's just the biggest motivator that I've had, and I've even, like a lot of things, like, I'm trying life insurance, you know what I mean? Like, little conversations that I'm having with myself so that I can have in the future with my boy has really grounded me and made me, like, mature as a young adult, so little things like being able to take him to go eat, and I want him to know, like, hey, this is not just for shits and giggles, man. It's because we are in a position and grateful enough to have this blessing, and I'm trying to do it the right way, so it's like, don't take your surrounding for advantage. Don't take advantage of your surroundings.
Yeah.
You know
Take
what I
for
mean?
granted,
Because
right? Don't take it for granted.
yeah, don't take it for granted. You know, like even though I was born 99. A lot of people think I'm a little older. You know, I get that all the time. But
I didn't even know that.
yeah,
99,
being a 99 baby, I'm a little younger cat, but just seeing the
A
difference.
younger cat, he said.
The different generations grow up, you know, I'm realizing like, wow, they're growing up in a different time. So
Yes.
it is up to us to educate the future minds and to bring them up on game that, hey, we can all be fed, but most importantly, like, you know, yourself as an individual, as an entity, you are a temple. You are amazing as a person, you know, so that's why I'm glad we could have this conversation.
Yeah.
And you can share a little bit more about yourself that maybe you don't have in regular conversations with clients or friends or, you know, whatever the case may be. I'm glad we can be very transparent in this podcast and share with our viewers like, hey, we've reached a level of success, but we are just like you. We are
Exactly.
literally
Tell them the real story.
We
Yeah.
all have struggles.
yeah.
We do. Did you wanna take a commercial break and talk about Aries
Yeah.
season? Because I feel like
Oh, we definitely have a big segment for you guys. Yeah, we for sure have a big segment. We're just getting started with
Dun,
topics
dun, dun.
and the
Waiting
content.
for the background music.
Waiting for the. Oh yeah. Okay, so we will be back promptly after this commercial. Boom, we're back. Lucid Lush, you feel me? Non-alcoholic seltzer. We are here, and we're gonna try it. I got my glasses on, so I'm valid.
Yeah, he's gonna get activated for sure.
Cheers.
Cheers. I'm
This
so sorry.
is the homegirl Cameron's.
That's bad luck to
Non-alcoholic.
not cheers.
Yes, you gotta
Yeah.
look at each other. I'm sorry, my
Yeah,
bad.
it's our homegirl's
I'm so rude. Sorry.
non-alcoholic seltzer. Super bomb. Actually, that came from my fridge. Actually, I brought some of those from my
Yeah,
fridge.
very warm. Very warm. From
No,
the
it's
fridge.
actually really
Yeah,
good.
because I didn't put it in the freezer when I got here.
I'm just
fool.
kidding.
Yeah.
And it's non-alcoholic. Like, I love me
Yeah.
a good seltzer.
Non-alcoholic. So if you already have alcohol in you, basically just no. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Or you
Just
can always put a
drink
shot
it.
in it if you want. You can always put a shot on top.
You can
Get
make a
drunk and
mixed
then drink it.
cocktail.
No, I'm just kidding. Don't do
Yeah,
that.
and only 40 calories.
40 calories. Yes.
It's all natural ingredients, so it's almost it's like a mocktail. You know, it's craft. You know, it's
Yeah.
not like that washed up.
Oh, yeah.
How do you say like
It's
from
refreshing.
concentrate?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's not from concentrate like that.
It's very refreshing. It's definitely a very yummy drink for itself, by itself.
yeah.
It's not what you would think as for like a margarita or something similar to, but it's delicious.
Yeah.
Speaking of Aries season,
I know.
Uh-oh.
Aries season is soon. I'm the actually. you
Nobody
actually-
cares.
Yeah. You actually start.
Hater.
Yeah.
Dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun.
Yeah. Actually, he kicks it off. Right?
Yeah.
And then I'm the grand finale. I'm the 18th.
Grand
I think
finale.
the 19th is the last.
Are
of
you
Aries
in
season.
March or April?
March 25th.
So is there a difference with like March and April Aries?
Nah, we're all pretty elite. We're all
Yeah.
we're all
We all
very-
really are that.
yeah,
We
we're
all really are that motherfucker.
No, that's
Yeah,
what I was
you know,
saying.
standing
So
ovation.
how do
you
you
know.
guys maintain your friendship? Because I feel like Aries, they're fire signs. So
Yeah.
how do you guys like
Oh,
not
gosh.
I don't think we ever.
clash?
We don't think we ever tested each other.
We've never clashed. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
What's
feel
your
like
sun and moon sign though? Did you know?
oh,
that?
I don't know
about
anything
all that.
about. I just
Just
know I'm an
saying.
Aries.
Yeah.
I just
That
know
will
I'm
be
an
on the
Aries.
next one.
But I'm a true Aries. Everybody says I'm a true Aries. So whatever that means, I'm a true.
Yeah.
Aries.
Oh, so
Yeah.
your sun and moon is, you know.
I'm not too sure, but I don't. I just say they say we're fire signs.
Can we get
and
the
we're very
assistant
dominant.
to
Yes,
bring
we need the book to.
We need the book.
We need the valid book.
No, but honestly, it does
Before
make a
we get
big
canceled.
difference for like your
I heard.
sun and moon sign,
Mhm.
because you could not be like not being mean, but you
Yeah.
could not be like a full Aries, and you can have like other traits of other things.
Oh, I get along with a lot of Taurus.
My daughter's a Taurus because I'm a Leo, but like my birthday
Oh.
is
I
on.
thought you said tourist. Taurus.
Is
I
it
was
a
like,
Taurus or Taurus? How do you say it?
Taurus?
My English isn't good, nor is my Spanish.
Yeah, and I love Tauruses. They're very like giving, you know.
Yeah.
But because I'm on the cusp, like a Leo and a Virgo, I'm on like the last date.
Oh, okay.
And literally, my boyfriend always gets on me that I always say that, but it's the truth. I'm
Yeah,
not
'cause you're, like-
100% a Leo because Leos are.
You are.
They're supposedly like
Stop lying.
conceited
Yeah.
and
You are.
everything, but my Virgo does come out where I can be caring and like an overthinker and all those kinds
Keyword
of things.
can.
Yeah.
Can.
But
And
doesn't mean
should,
she is.
but
But she
doesn't- yeah.
can. Yeah.
You know, you
Okay.
are who you are. It is what it is.
Yep.
So.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Love me. Love it. Hate it or love me. Oh, actually, you know what?
Q50
Gavin
said,
is
"Hate
a
it or love it."
Taurus.
Gavin's
Oh,
a Taurus?
my daughter is
Shout
a
out
Taurus.
to Gavin.
Yeah.
The man behind the vision.
Tauruses are very
Shout out to
fiery.
Gavin. ITG visuals.
In the cut for sure.
Yeah.
That's
Follow
funny
him on
how it's
Instagram.
ITG visuals, and I thought it was like ITG visuals.
Oh.
I said the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Only about 30 seconds ago, he put me on game and said it's ITG
Yeah.
visuals.
You know what it stands for too?
What?
I thank God. Right? Yes, I thank God.
Oh
I
wow,
thank
that's
God.
very clever.
Yes.
Okay, see why people need to be explaining themselves because
Yes.
you could just be a ITG visuals, and I would have
ITG.
never known.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it G. I'm the it G. That's what I would have thought too. Wow, I didn't even look at it like
Yeah,
that.
it's
I'm
just
the
See
like-
it
what I
G.
said? Leo conceited. No.
Yes.
I'm not conceited, honey.
No, I'm
I
just
just,
kidding.
you know, I be
our
loving
fire sign.
I be loving myself sometimes.
What's your snowball sign?
Yeah. Are
You don't
an
want to
asparagus?
know.
Yes.
Are you a snowflake?
Are you a snowflake?
I can be at times.
No, she's a flamethrower for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So back to Aries season.
Aries.
I know. I mean.
I just like turned the conversation to
Yeah.
myself. Sorry about that. Let me. Tone
Yeah,
it
you
down.
selfish. No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm fucking with
So
you.
Aries season is coming soon. I know this
Yeah.
Tatiana over here got some plans.
Oh, I'm a little nervous.
What's your plans? for your
Well, I got
birthday?
a 3-year-old in the building. Shout out to Ezekiel. Ezekiel's
he's
turning
gonna be
3
3.
on the 31st of March.
So you guys are both Aries.
Yeah, we're both in Aries.
Wow.
Yeah, so
okay.
his birthday's the 31st, mine's the 25th. And so a lot on my plate. You know, it's been very rewarding this year. I know we're only in the 3rd month of the year, but it's been nothing but blessings. I feel so.
And planning kids'
fucking
birthday
pleased.
parties, like, let's just say that it's very stressful.
Yeah,
Like,
it
you feel
is.
like, I'm not going to do a party this year, but then
Mhm.
you're like, okay, I'm a bad parent if I don't. So
Yeah,
I
I'm
need to
thinking,
plan.
I'm just like, you know what, I'm about to party at Fuego Artistry, feel me? Shout out to Fuego. I was like, I might just step out to the scene, a little Latin vibe, and check them out on my birthday. But my whole focus is on this 3-year-old, you know. So
Yeah.
it's like a lot has happened in the past few years, and this year alone has been very rewarding for me. You know, I just got a house. I got my girl a car. I know y'all
Oh,
gonna do.
not just don't just say it's just a car.
The
Tell 'em, look-
Mercedes.
yeah.
I got her a little Benz. You feel me?
She still got to pick me up, though.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I
yeah,
can go hooch out for sure.
yeah. The hooch Olympics.
Oh, you guys don't want us to hooch out. I'm a
Yeah.
bad
Yeah,
influence.
the hoochies
Well,
have
I
assembled.
think we can do it better.
Yeah, yeah.
Dominic,
We-
don't even start.
We're laying out the tracks
If
for
we're
y'all.
really asking who's the party person, it definitely is not you.
Oh gosh.
You think you
ITG
are, bro.
visuals, run it back. Show them 2022. Nah, nah, just kidding.
Right? No.
No,
And
yeah.
it's 2023. I bet. I'm
Yeah.
not new to this. I'm true to
Yeah,
True
I
this.
to
was
this.
in this shit.
Yeah.
For sure. I
You-
was in this. We was in this. We was bleeding the
We'll
street.
see.
bleeding
We'll
the
see what
streets.
you have in
Yeah.
plan for your birthday, and then we can decide from there.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
it's been very good. You know, I've have a lot of great people by me. I've been in a state of gratefulness. You know, like last year was being very ambitious and trying to conquer different avenues and trying to, in a sense, I kind of over leveraged myself at one point. Just
It's the
trying
after
to,
COVID. That's why.
Yeah, you know. So now I've in this 3 months that's already you know taking place. I've been able to sit back, help my son. You know, like be with my son. You know, engage with my son. Have those moments of just that one-on-one time. You know, and I have a lot of things going on. But for Aries season, you know, it's definitely going crazy. So y'all gotta take it into consideration that it's about to go down. You feel
And
me?
you're all invited.
All invited
They're
for
all
sure.
invited.
Not all. I'll be
Yes.
in
Yeah.
charge of the guest list.
Yeah.
Not all.
Yeah.
We gotta, you know, we don't want any drama.
You gotta let
Yeah,
the hoochies
we
in.
don't. Yeah, no. And
Can't be the only hoochies.
literally, yeah, we're the only hoochies.
The only hoochies that are like not single has kids,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
us. Yeah. No, it's been
Shout
a
out
really
to all the moms out there who are
Shout
still
out.
low key hoochies.
shout out to the hoochie mamas. So, it's been very ooh, we got the lights going out.
Setting the
Exactly. We start talking about the
Yeah.
hoochie mamas out there,
See,
and the
all
lights, the
yeah.
lights
Head,
just
yeah,
go
just fucking
off.
Well,
starts off.
Cue seductive music now.
Kim is
Play your
coming
best.
out with her Victoria's
Oh,
Secret
yeah,
show
yeah.
real soon. Where's the wings?
Yeah.
Oh.
Nah. That's the only button I had. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. It's a little cringy. I'm getting used to this little button board. You feel me? Well,
How do you remember? What
it says the names right here. So, yeah. But while we are getting acquainted with the lights, I am
And we're back.
And we're back. Back with the lights. Yeah. Very grateful. I have a lot of blessings that I am grateful for. House, everything. You know, I'm very grateful for the community that is behind me. I know I said it in the last podcast, but I'm realizing more and more that there is a community that stands by me and that's very supportive, single fathers, whatever the case may be, and they always reach out to me. And I'm just glad that I could be in a position to share more of my life with my viewers and express exactly how I feel. You know, I'm very happy and glad that I could see my son every day, see those happy smiles, and watch him grow as a young man. So it's been very rewarding recently, and it's been very good. It's been very good. So a lot of people, they kind of dog on me sometimes. You know, you always get the hate. No matter what, you can never satisfy
we love
every
those.
single body. You know what I mean?
I
It's
mean,
like,
Obama gets like burnt every single day, and we all know who's
Obama,
the best.
you know, just
No, but just like
Obama.
putting it out there, like the president of the United States
Yeah.
kind of thing. But it's just
Yeah.
like people don't really shed light on single dads. It's kind of really like a lot about, you know, single moms and stuff.
it is.
But
Yeah.
I feel like single dads are kind of like, you know, underrated. They don't really, you know, bring that up as much. I just feel like it's a lot of, you know, about the women and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you're
It's very rare to see a very loving and engaging father, especially when a lot of odds are a little bit stacked against you. You know, it's a little bit because, and now society, it's a little bit more common to see a father crumble or a father, you know, so I could see that, and I'm glad that I could be that minority that can overcome adversity and whatever, you know, but
Somebody gotta do it and do it well. You know what I mean?
And I'm just gonna like put it out there, you know, like I know you've been through some very like, you know, tough times and like very like judgmental situations. And honestly, like before I met you and I knew I'm all about like if that person has never done anything wrong to me, you know, I've never met them, never anything, you know, it's just like I can't, you know, judge them. But I feel like it's kind of human nature for people to automatically judge somebody just off of what they see on social media. And honestly, like when I've never met you before, that's all that I have seen. And when I met you in person, you were actually way different than what I expected, because obviously people, you know, when they think about somebody, they expect, you know, certain things like, oh, this is, you know, probably how they're going to act to me, or like how you feel like they portrayed themselves. But when you're like, hi, like, how are you? Like, you're, you know, like Dominic's friend and whatever. I was honestly like really put off, but like in a good way. Because that's the first thing you said to me was like, hi, how are you? Like, don't you work with Dominic? Like this and that. And I just want to say, like, anything that I've ever seen or, you know, like heard about you or whatever, like that totally just like brushed off, because it was just like a new start. Like,
for me. And
like,
I really appreciate that,
Yeah.
because I know that trickles down and just that's just my everyday behavior that you can see, you know, and I know that trickles down to my son. So it's good to hear that, and I'm glad that you can share that, you know, like, thank you. That really means a lot to me, and I really am grateful to hear that, because I just know that no matter what the case may be, I know Instagram, like, and like we said earlier, you know, like we are the same people as you are, you know, we might be in a different position. Yeah, we might be in a different position that you are, or make money a different way that you do. But it feels good that you could say that, you know, because I love to be judged for how I treat you, you know. It's that mutual law, that golden rule, you know, treat others how you wish to be treated.
And not everyone has that. Just because I know, like, till this day, you know, I'm a mom, I have started my own business and everything, but people will still be like, oh, like, aren't you that person that you were back in like 2017? And I know that that's not me now. And it's not like I'm not gonna, you know, admit, like, you know, whatever I did, I'm not a perfect person. I've done things that, you know, people might not be proud of, but for me, it's like that's helped me grow. Yeah. But it's just like, I feel like if people don't know, you know, that part of life, that people would judge you no matter what you do, that's how they're just like, you know, I'm just going to judge them off of whoever. Like, they probably never even met that influencer in real life, but they're going to back them up 110%.
Like, how could you judge them? Yeah, I fully agree with that. You know, a lot of people, you know, it's a little certain stigma as far as OnlyFans, you know what I mean? And I am I'm not shy to broadcast that on my platform. But it comes from a different perspective that most viewers might have. I know they go up and down about how they feel about it or sometimes, but it's, what, I am a young, ambitious male. You know what I mean? I am very secure and loving of who I am in my body, and you know what I mean? So it's like,
who you are,
you have no hold over me, you know what I mean? And these big checks that are coming in, like, people don't know. My first month on the OF, I was pulling in damn near 6 figures. So I was pulling in some crazy numbers when as far as this account. It's fed me, it's fed my baby. I got a house. My mom and dad are okay. You know what I mean? Like, not saying that I provide for my mom and dad,
But
like
you
my dad
do
and my
what
mom,
you gotta do.
but we're all good. You know what? Everything is, and that's not the only thing that I do. I'm very versatile. I'm starting to get into the insurance. I'm trying to be an insurance broker rather than an agent. Because I'm trying to help as many people as I can. Obviously, the real estate portion I'm in. Networking, seeing all. Building and I'm so sorry, the verbiage. I'm building these various businesses. I do a lot of things off camera, and a lot of people, they attach my name to a lot of different stigmas and a lot of different things. But it's good to hear you say, like, you know what, don't judge me from my past. Judge me now for the lessons I've already learned.
Sometimes you reinvented yourself. You have to reintroduce yourself.
Have to.
You know what I mean? You can always change every single day. You don't have to. It doesn't take you years to change. You can change overnight. You know what I mean?
Because everyone's so invested in everyone else's life, but your main purpose in life is to flourish and evolve as a person. Like, you need to be your own being. And stop being so attached to what that person is doing. Yeah. And once I realized that I will never satisfy every single person, I realized that once I let those chains go, there was so much weight that was freed up. And it was like, who am I trying to please? Yeah. You, because your opinion on me matters? It does not matter. Yeah. The only thing that matters for me is that my bills are paid, my baby is fed, and that my family is healthy. Mm-hmm. Everyone, in and out. And so as long as I have those boxes filled, I don't care what you think. And I am ambitious, and I'm not done yet. We're only getting started.
That's the warm up.
It's the warm up season. It's the warm up. It's only 2023.
The world was supposed to end in 2012, but we're still here.
Oh yes, yes. And don't be afraid to leave a tip on the OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding.
Do they have that? I honestly never been on OnlyFans before.
You could definitely tip on OnlyFans. You could just text me. You don't even gotta buy nothing.
He's like, here's my Venmo. Drop below.
Click the link in the account. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Click the link in the bio.
We're gonna split it by 3.
Yes. Yeah.
At Mr. Wontons, but also at Get Glammed by Allison at the document.
Yes, we're gonna make a separate account. Yeah, we're gonna do a whole
Those
big
dollars
collab.
add up,
It does. And OnlyFans can be anything. It doesn't have to be anything X-rated. You know what I mean? My account
have business
is
stuff on there too.
Yeah,
right?
you could have a podcast. You could have a cooking show. You could have, OnlyFans is a network that is
like the hoochie stuff.
You could be anything you want, and you can get paid for it.
And there's viewers for everything.
Everything. We're in a very interesting generation now that we're living in. So, it's like catch up or get left behind. So it's definitely a evolving generation. So a lot is happening this year. Grateful for a lot.
But we're proud of you.
Thank you.
Whatever you went through, you've gotten out of it. It's very easy for people in a dark place to stay in that dark place, and not able to get themselves out of it. It's I know that you were probably in a dark place before, but you got yourself out of it. You have your son, and kids are
I am.
The biggest
and I'm
blessing.
grateful for everything. Yeah. I am literally at a time when I was like, why me? Or the basic, so I was like, now that I've been able to step back, breathe, but I've been able to be grateful for my surroundings, my situation, my home, everything. To be able to be grateful, that's the biggest trait that I hold on to, and knowing that I'm good, So it's like, you know what? I'm grateful to have experienced that, because if I never experienced it, I don't think I would be as mature as I am now. So it's like I'm young, I'm mature, I've matured early on. And I'm only evolving still, and I have a little baby that looks up to me. He is literally my core, and I am fully invested into him, and he trusts me 100%. You know what I mean? He's a little version of me, and everything I do is for him. And to be able
Shout
to
out to Ezekiel. Eating
shout
a
out to
lollipop in
Ezekiel,
the other
big
room.
3-year-old. Yes,
Yes.
yes. So Ezekiel
He comes to work
King.
with us.
He's
Oh
so
yeah,
cute.
he sweeps the hair.
So
everything.
well behaved. That's how you
Perfect
know you're
baby.
doing a good job. When your
Thank you.
kids, you know, like not they act a certain way, but you know, when you see other people's kids, like you know, like wow, like
You can tell the
they're
parent has
very
invested
yeah,
time.
and they're very loved.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah,
Very
so
advanced,
all
too.
grateful over here. Very ambitious, and a lot. I haven't shared a lot of what I'm doing on my account this year, but we're only getting started. You know, episode 2. This is the second episode, so we're
Episode 2.
only getting started. So it's
Yes,
early.
yes.
Y'all better put your seatbelt on.
I'll be
because
back when we're at 1 million subscribers.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
shit.
The
Damn.
first million.
The first million.
The
yeah.
first million. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be super, super dope.
Mhm.
It's been nice having you. And I actually wanted to do some speed questions with you, just 3 before we wrap it up.
Let's throw it out there.
We're gonna do 3 speed questions. You have like 10 seconds to think of an answer. You don't have to give us the explanation. If you give an answer and we feel like we need you to explain, then we'll
Oh,
go back
honey,
to
I'm
it.
ready. Just don't need
But
to explain it to me.
we're gonna
Let's
do
go.
Three
Okay.
questions. So
Make her nervous.
yeah, this is gonna come off the dome. It's just like a random question. Like, we should have asked our viewers, you know. But
Yes. What's the question?
the question is,
No one ever
Is-
knows what to ask.
yeah, no, I got this one. Is it okay to lie?
Okay.
Is it okay to lie?
Yeah, and do you have to give
Honestly,
context? but
No, it's okay. For me, I feel like now that I have like a child, I would say back in the day, like it's okay to lie about like certain things. But now that I have a kid, I feel like no, it's not okay to lie.
Yeah, you mean like not okay to lie is like, let's say if you're like trying to hide like a surprise birthday, like a situation like that. Like,
That's
okay to
technically
lie.
not like
Not a
lying.
white
Like
lie.
for me, lying
Are you
is
talking
like
about lying in general or lying?
Well, yeah,
lying
okay.
like
Yeah,
okay,
in
okay,
general.
let me just rephrase that. Okay,
Yeah.
like it is okay to lie. Like if you are like throwing a surprise birthday party, if it's a surprise birthday party, you shouldn't even have to lie. Honestly, they should not know about it
Yeah.
or anything like that. So yes, in that aspect, but for me now that I have a kid, like I feel you need to be very transparent in this world. There are a lot of like sketchy and shady people. Like I don't even tell my daughter like it's okay to keep a secret because there are people who can be close to you or like random strangers. It's like, oh, make sure you keep this from your mom or this and that. Like I don't want her to think like that's okay because you know someone can like target a child and hurt a child by just saying like don't tell your mom about this and that.
I didn't think about that perspective.
Yeah,
it's good.
so
But
from that
it's-
perspective, it's like, yeah, it's okay to lie about surprise birthday parties and stuff, but like serious things, I feel like it's better to just be honest. I mean, I've lived a very like dishonest life in the past where like I would lie all the time, you know, like,
Well, I remember you sharing that, like, even if you didn't know how to do the exact skill
Yeah.
or technique that they wanted in a makeup,
yeah. And
in a makeup, you were
technically-
like, yeah, I know how to do it, but you're like, whatever, I'm gonna learn, like, as we're doing it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
as you're
like a
doing
lie. It's
it-
kind of lie, but it's not really a lie. I guess.
Yeah.
So,
and you can
okay.
like research it.
Depends.
I mean, a lie could honestly be anything and anyone can take it like how they want to take it. No one is fully 100% honest in their entire life. It's just like people need to know like when to pick and choose on like what they're going to answer on, what they're going to like, you know, lie about. Because for me, it's like if I don't know how to do something, like I'll learn it like beforehand. And it's just like people need to know and like clients need to know that everybody starts somewhere. Even if you think that you look at their page and you think that because they don't have that exact thing that they're not capable of it, that could possibly like not be true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you can't just judge someone off of it because every person was their first person of whatever they did.
Yes. Dope,
Oh.
dope. Okay, that's question 1. And question 2, because I know we got a lot of makeup people watching right now. What is your favorite, should I say foundation? Or do you have a specific
Or
beauty
makeup brand?
Yeah, like a makeup brand, yeah.
My favorite makeup brand is MAC Cosmetics, and I know there's a lot of like, you know, controversial like conversations on that, but MAC Cosmetics has been like the OG, like for everything. Like you can remember that from like middle school, your mom was using it, like high school, everything. Like
True, I
shout
didn't
out to
think
MAC
about that.
Cosmetics. I'm ready for my PR package, but
Yeah.
no, but honestly, like, you know, like,
Yeah.
yeah, Mac has closed down in like Pearl Ridge and it's kind of like a lot slower than it was before because they don't need to market themselves as much as they had to do back then. Before they were doing these huge campaigns, but they know now it's just like I'm gonna throw what I throw out there, but people are still gonna buy it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like it's
a household name.
great for every single skin type and skin tone. People say like, oh, I don't use matte cosmetics, or I don't like it because it ruins my skin. It's gave me acne. Sweetheart, let's just start with step number 1, that like your makeup turns out the way that you take care of your skin. Like that's the number one thing.
Wow.
If you have cystic acne, if you have any type of like skin problems, like that starts with you, and you cannot expect makeup artists to give you plastic surgery. And I say this in the most nicest and respectful way possible. But I just know that clients out there will be blaming their makeup artists, like, how come you couldn't fill in like this dent on my face or this and that? But it's like, you need to take care of you first. You need to take care of your skin first. You need to take the necessary steps. So when I have brides, I'm like, you should get dermaplane. You should get like facials. Yeah, because there are like, you know, really high expectations, but there really is so much that we can do. And it's just like a foundation is not going to make you break out. It's your diet. It's your skincare. It's everything. You know, a makeup artist can have like the most expensive and bomb skincare, but if you didn't take care of yourself first, it's not going to, if you don't look like how you want to look right now, you're not going to look like whatever picture. So many pictures are like over edited, and there's people out there who like post on their Instagram. Oh my gosh, we're gonna go on about this right now.
Dang,
but
shit.
no, but people will post on their profiles and their makeup artists.
We got a round of applause.
You guys free game right now.
No, but they honestly like edit their photos, and the key thing to see how people edit their makeup photos is when you zoom in, if they're like, you know, their eyeballs or whatever, what is it called, like your pupil. Yeah, sorry, I didn't have my verbiage correctly, but if their pupil is blurred out, they have blurred their photos. People can edit videos. It's not even about videos are real. Everybody has texture. You can have the best skin in the world, but there is always texture. There are pores. Like, look at mine. I don't have the best skin ever, but it's just like, it's not the worst, but you can still see it. Skin is skin. If you can't see skin when you look at a video, that is not the makeup artist for you, and you're not going to look like a Pinterest photo. Inspiration pictures are inspiration for a reason. It's like the makeup that you want to achieve, but you cannot look a certain way and send me a picture of somebody who is like not even close to your ethnicity or anything and expect that you're gonna look like that.
They do that with hair also.
Yes, and like no hate to people who edit their photos. Like, you know, like whatever you edit your photos, if that makes you feel good about your work, like that's fine. But I've had clients come to me and be like, I picked you because I can tell you don't edit your photos or videos. People are gonna see you do makeup anyway, and if they don't look like that, they're gonna be disappointed.
That same thing with hair. People be doing that with the haircuts too, you know.
Yeah, like you can edit anything, and if people don't have expectations, knowing that that things are edited out there, or they're very like, you know, they don't understand, like, you know, then that's on them. But you have to have realistic expectations.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, so that was question 1 and 2, and the last question. I don't even have a question for you. Let me see. Do you have a question for her, Chris? Just one type of question.
Is the customer always right?
Is the customer?
Well, I guess not, because you've kind of dumbed down that last.
But you do need to like, try your best.
Depends on your own, yeah.
Yeah, you do like about the customer is always right. It's not really like a yes or no type of answer, but you do need to try your best to help the client to understand like, this is the reason why I am doing something a certain way, because at the end of the day, you are the professional.
Yeah,
you know?
I like that.
Like you should be able, like if you're a professional and you're charging someone, you should be able to tell them like, okay, I know that this is something that you want, but you know what? This will look better for you because you have these type of eyes, your face is shaped this way. So it's like, you know, like they just do not know sometimes. And they need to be like informed about
educated.
Those,
that's cool. Like you're a makeup artist too, but you're also an educator. Like nowadays, a lot of people, hairstylists, barbers, or makeup artists, they don't educate the client at all. You know, like you said, they just, I want this, and then, you know, they're not telling them why they can't achieve it. And it's kind of dope that what you said about like the brides, right? The day, you know, like before their wedding, you tell them they can get dermaplaning, they can do facials, they can do all this. So you kind of like did the research for them and tell them, hey, if you want your skin to look like this, or you want to clean this up, you know, go do this, this, and this. And so when we're ready, like it's gonna come out, you know, the best to your ability, of course. But you're giving them that game and that knowledge, and I feel like that's really dope in the beauty industry, because I feel like some people don't want to tell free game, but it's like I could tell you I could give you the blueprints to the whole game, and that doesn't mean you're going to do it the same way as me. I'm the magic, right? Or you are the magic. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's super dope that you give them all that info and you give them free game and you make them feel good about themselves. So
Yeah, because
that
at the end of the
that's,
day, like that's your name that you're putting out there. It's just like that's how I get a lot of clients is from like referrals because that's how I made them feel. In other people's eyes, I may not have like the very best work, and in some people's eyes, like they think that I'm amazing, and like I'm grateful for that because I'm not for everyone.
yes.
But it's just like at the end of the day, you need to know what you're putting out there, what you're putting into your clients and stuff. And it's like a lot of people will tell me you're doing too much. Like you don't need to do that, or you need to be charging for that part. But for me as a person, I'm just like, this is my client. And even if I'm only charging this, it's like, this is how I treat everyone.
Yes.
You know what I
To
mean?
give everybody that same
Nobody-
service, all-star
yeah.
service. Yeah.
So it's not even like free
Yeah.
game to me. It's just like, that's your client. You need to take care of them. And that for me, if your wedding is next year, I'll take care of you all year. Whatever you need to know, like, I'm not like, you can't call me, you can't DM me, you can't text me, because at the end of the day, how you made somebody feel is what's going to make them come back or refer other people to you. It doesn't matter.
Yes, that's a good one. I think I think we ended on a good note. I feel like that was a great. Good. That was dope. That was super dope. I feel like.
He's like in shock right now.
Yeah,
I
no,
didn't know
these
you
are
were
all-
that smart.
Yeah, no. I mean, I say that's super dope that you're giving out this game. That's super dope. But I think that's gonna wrap it up for us for season 1, episode 2.
Yes.
Featuring Get Glam by Alice. Make sure you check her out on Instagram and all that. We're gonna link everything down below. If you would
Yes.
like to book your makeup appointment for any occasion,
Thank you guys so
Yeah.
much for having me.
Of
Yes,
course,
thank you
of
for
course.
coming and thank you for hanging out with us. Giving us some knowledge and
It was a
great
pleasure.
combo.
It was a pleasure.
Yes.
Yeah, hearing your story, hearing your point of views, and stay tuned. We have a lot in store as far as content this month. Dom will be. He didn't have a little bit of
Oh,
enough
yeah, I should-
time. Yeah, but
we didn't
let's hear a little bit of what we have coming
let's
up.
actually, so we're actually, thank you to, so this kind of ties it all in together. I don't know if we're gonna speed you guys up on things, but
Yeah.
Alice, is in the wedding industry, as she spoke on it before, and I own H&LX, it's a barbershop and salon, and we specialize we do all hair types, right? We're salon and barbershop, but we're actually breaking into the wedding scene or the Hawaii wedding scene, and we're going to be specializing in men's grooming. So
boy.
that is for, you see when people get married, they have, the
All
bride
the
has.
ladies, but the men need to be taken
Yeah,
care of also.
Because they're the one
We got
paying the
you,
bill.
fellas.
You know
We
what I
got
mean?
you.
So these girls have the whole glam squad, and the guy just over there, in the corner, just getting drunk with a little bottle. So
at the pool, getting
But-
sunburned.
But this, we are starting our H&X men's grooming for weddings, and actually, we do send a private bartender to their
Yes.
hotel also.
It's a
So
whole
we-
event and experience at
Yes,
once. So y'all gotta
so-
definitely check it out.
Yes, so we'll have a private bartender that will go to your guys' room. We do have barbers and barbers to get you guys ready. Put on like a face mask while you're getting your hair cut. You come out, you're gonna be groomed, get you all prepped, and
Yeah.
with the bartender. And yeah, it's gonna be a good time. And so actually, Alice.
We have our first wedding coming up, right?
Yes, we do have, and it's shout out to Alice. It's super crazy. So she got us into this wedding thing, and I was like, you know what? There is a wedding coming up, and yeah, it's gonna be our first
Little
wedding.
teaser.
Are we telling them who it is?
No, it's
I
gonna
don't know. They can. They're
be a
gonna.
little
They're gonna
teaser.
see. They're gonna see on Instagram in a few days.
You wait. You just
You guys are gonna
wait.
gasp when you see
Yeah,
it.
but just think about it. Things
Or
are lining up.
fade, whatever
It was
works.
just, things are.
Don't
kinda
worry,
lining
we're
up.
definitely gonna show you what the first men service is gonna look like on
Yeah, the
camera.
first-
so
yeah.
we got you. Wink,
So,
wink.
it was car, house, and then I don't know what comes after that, but I think you guys
Yeah.
can put it together. So we will see you guys on the next episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in
Thank you.
tonight. I hope we didn't
Yes.
bore you. Go ahead and drop a comment down below. Make sure you subscribe. It actually helps us out a lot. And if you
Yes.
and give us even a thumbs up. Just give us a like. That would help us a lot
Yeah,
too.
like, comments,
Subscribe.
whatever you feel.
Do it all, please.
Follow. I need
Follow.
5 more
Yeah,
followers for 1,000.
and actually, if you are a lash company and you are looking to sponsor a makeup
Yes.
artist, Alice is accepting lash sponsors. So go ahead and
Yes.
hit her in
Yes,
the
girl.
DM.
It will be
Hit her up.
everywhere.
Yes,
You'll
hit
see
her
our
up.
Instagram right here, my Instagram, Dom's Instagram. If there's any sponsors out there that would love to be sponsored or featured in an upcoming episode, please feel free to hit us up. And shout out to Fuego Hawaii Entertainment. They will be having an event this 18th, pool party. We'll have the banner right after this video. Stay tuned for all the details and everything.
Yeah,
and we'll see you there for
Yes,
sure.
Thank you so much.